Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call Taking My Community Back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're gonna do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're gonna bridge that gap because we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna shake hands, we're gonna find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck. And our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. Our sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
Welcome back to another episode of Talk Show Kings. You're here today with your host, King Eric. And first off, before we get into our show, let me give a special thanks to Felix Washington for putting this together, and give also another special thanks to the city of Douglasville for allowing us to come into their neighborhood and have this show. And to you, the people that's watching around the world on TV 1061 on YouTube and Roku TV 1061. Again, I'm King Eric, and to my left,
King Clem, and to my left,
you got King Bernard.
And together, we are the
Talk Show Kings.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great episode today, another great episode with some great topics. And also, we want to start off with a little bit of black excellence. There's a 10-year-old black girl who's making history. She's enrolled in college while still in elementary school. Her name is Honey Cooper. She's going down in history as the first student at her elementary school to be enrolled in college in the 4th grade.
Way to go, Mel. Keep doing your thing.
And she's enrolled at a school in, I want to say it's San Bernardino, California. Yep. So, congratulations to her and her parents. But other than that, there's a lot of things that's been happening. And of course, it's always y'all folks. Always y'all folks. So we're going to start it off. Well, first off, the two topics, basically the $1.8 billion fund and the $1 billion fireball. So the first one is Trump's anti-weaponization fund. Is it justice or just another political slush fund? So it's a controversial fund that's tied to Donald Trump. They want to call it anti-weaponization fund, which is tied to Donald Trump, which is facing lawsuits, scrutiny, and accusations that it could become one of the most controversial political funds in American history. Now, a lot of supporters say that it's helping Americans who were unfairly targeted by government agencies, whereas the critics of this anti-weaponization fund say it's just a political slush fund that will end up rewarding Trump allies and even those that were part of the January 6th altercation. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to ask, is this justice or is this just another form of payback? So my first question to you would be, who deserves the compensation? If someone was wrongly investigated, should they be compensated? King Clem?
As far as like the investigation part, we're always under some type of investigation for something. They're always looking at us for something that we do, something that we did. It's always something, and they're just like genuinely coming for us a lot of times. As far as being able to get money back for because you investigate me, throwing me in jail, anything like that, yeah, I feel and think we do deserve to get money back for that. And it sounds like when I was going through it, like it's going through the taxes and all to try to see about getting that money back. So they do take a lot of time when it comes down to sitting here saying that they take advantage of us through the taxes anyway. So a lot of the middle class that pay a lot of taxes, since there's so many of us that are in that section, I do think and feel that that's going to be something that we should get that money back for, especially when we're the ones they take advantage of most.
King Bernard.
Yeah. First off, let's just look at the insurrectionists and let's say, who in the world would feel that they were unjust? They didn't break any laws. So for him to just come up and say, oh, they wasn't represented correctly. Oh, they had to pay for lawyers that they shouldn't have to pay for because so that means we already know that he condoned it. We already know that he sent out the whistle and said, take our country back. Okay. So for you to look at that, how about reparations for us? Because over 400 and some odd years, we gave free labor. How come no one talks about that? You trying to give money to criminals who killed officers, who destroyed, who smeared feces all over wall. I mean, saying take down this person, kill this person, and you think they should be rewarded. That just speaks a lot about who he is. So no, that's just money that he's giving to his cronies. And I believe that it's all a setup for what's going on in the midterms. He's trying to put them in position for the midterms. Now, remember, I looked out for y'all. Midterms coming. We're going to lose. You got my back again? Yeah, we got you. So that's what it is.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Okay, because we talked about the January 6th. Mm-hmm. Okay, now if you were wrongly investigated? If a person was wrongly investigated, should they be compensated?
Yeah, yeah, of course, because that's against the law and that's against the Constitution. But when you say wrongly investigated, okay, we need some more specifics on that, and then we can take it from there. But yeah,
That was going to be my next question. How do you consider, or who is going to be the person that decides who was actually targeted unfairly? Because just like you said, we were in slavery for over 400 years. You don't have enough money. You don't have money for reparations, but you got money for, you know what, let me go now.
I mean, you right in what you say.
You got money for this, but,
like,
you know.
be legitimate with yourself. If that was the Black Panther Party that came together on the 6th, and they were the ones that came in and did that, you would truly investigate everything down to the cuticles of what they did and who they are, and make sure that you found out where they were going, how they got there. You would have traced every step back to each and every one of those people that was out there. Let it be one of those Black Lives Matters members that was out there, and they did the same exact thing that those people that were out there that were on the 6th that did those things. You would make sure that you found every single one of them. That would be one of the things where I think that if it was wrongly done, the same way that you investigate and make that happen, and you'd be like, okay, we're gonna make sure that this is gonna work this way, it could be done the same way with those that don't get justice and end up having to get paid back for it.
Right. Now, I do believe that people should get some type of compensation for being wrongly accused. Just like that's just like when somebody is spent half their life in prison for a crime they didn't commit, and then DNA basically, you know, makes DNA, it throws their case out because they weren't the ones that actually did it, and they get funded, they get money for that. The government gives them funds. The state or the city or whatever that convicted them, they make sure that they're taken care of. But so we all in agreement that those who are wrongly convicted or wrongly investigated should be compensated. And we all agree that January 6ers should not be compensated.
Correct.
Because they, in turn, broke the law.
they broke the law. They committed a crime. Right.
And it's all on video and it's on camera.
Exactly.
They've been, but yeah.
And
so
they went to jail for it. Yeah.
Some of them.
Some
Some of them.
Some
And
of
it's
them.
a very low sum. So I feel better with saying a couple of them went to jail. I don't even feel good enough to say that a few went, because it was only a couple of them that really went. Because as much as people put stuff out there, pictures, Facebook, Instagram, they put themselves out there saying what they're going to do, and even after they've done it. And some of them do it while they're doing it. So, yeah, come on, man. Some of them got arrested.
And it's crazy that we have to sit up here and talk about something like this. Because,
Exactly.
I mean, because that leads into my next point. I mean, do you feel like that this is just Trump's way of having revenge on the people who did who put out the punishment towards towards the people that was on January 6th?
Yeah, he specifically said, I get back in office, I'm coming at, this man said it. He said, I get back in office, I'm coming at everybody. And he did. So you got to understand, we dealing with a narcissistic type mentality. So everything has to go his way. And if he say he's going to do something, it'll be different if he said he was going to do something and it was beneficial. But when he say he's going to do something it's going to affect, man, he's going to do it. So, yeah, that's just him getting back at everybody. But he said it. He said it.
You're right. Now, because right now it just looks like his whole presidency is basically a retaliation
There you go.
administration.
There you go.
That's what it looks like
From
from my point of view. It looks like it's just retaliation for everything that's been done to him. And he's just going to get all this money. And people don't, and this I'm going off topic. I'm not even gonna go.
Let
there.
it flow.
I'm not
Right,
even
I'm
gonna
about
go
to
there.
say,
Let
no,
it
you're not,
flow so you
because
can
I
get
guarantee
your
you,
thought.
man,
Go
when it
ahead.
comes down to
See,
his failed
this-
businesses, those will be the things he's gonna get back for.
But see,
Go
this is the thing that makes me mad with people who sit there and defend this man. He has made more money sitting in the White House this term than any sitting president has ever made. Any sitting president has ever made. And he's making it off the backs of Americans.
Of us.
The ones who so-called the ones who he say we're gonna make America great again. He's making his money off those same ones who voted for him and sat there and they sit there and they eat it up. Everything that he say on his little True Social network, everything that he says when he's sitting there like he got dementia or something, and he
Well, he
just
do.
be talking out the side of his neck.
Well, he do. Go
And
ahead.
they eat it up, and it's like we had a guest on the show one time before the election, and I don't know, maybe Felix Washington remembers. We had this lady, she voted for Trump. She said that she was going to vote for Trump. Now, again, you vote for who you vote for.
Right, right.
But here's my thing. If you don't have a window to piss in, a pot to piss in, and a window to throw it out, why you voting for somebody that's gonna put you deeper in that hole?
Correct.
It don't matter if you black, white, Chinese, Japanese, Mexican, don't matter who you are. Why would you vote for someone who don't have your best interest at heart? Who don't care nothing about your family? Because if I ask you your reason why you're voting for him, what is he going to do for you and your family? And all you can say is, he's getting rid of the immigrants? Nah. But what is he doing for you
Right.
and your family? Because he's protecting the rich. So I can see why they voting for him.
Right, right. Yeah,
I
it
can
makes
get
sense.
that.
Yeah.
It makes sense for them
Yeah.
because he making sure they keep all their money.
Exactly.
But if he gonna take away your health care, he gonna take away your food stamps, because you get food stamps.
Yeah.
You get Medicaid. You get Section 8. Why you voting for him?
Make it make sense.
Because then when he take it away, now you sitting there, I didn't think he was going to do that.
Right.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
You knew it because we told you.
Yeah, we told you.
But anyway, that's another topic for another day. But again, the retaliation that he's doing, I think that he's just trying to make a point to get back at everybody who was against him. And even with him doing all the firings and everything, it's like, okay, you're not gonna stand with me? Okay, bye. You can't be here. So, and he's running this, and we've said it before. I know King Bernard said it once before. It's like he's running another reality show.
That's exactly what he boy.
It's just a political reality show.
Exactly.
So many Americans now believe that every administration investigates the previous administration. If that's the case, you would think that it's a lot of that politics is a lot of retaliation in politics. But I don't see a time where Joe Biden or President Obama, President Biden, or even
Bush,
President Clinton. I don't remember none of them investigating the previous administration.
They didn't. Everything changed. Let's go back. Let's go back from the Kennedys, the Bushes, Clinton, Biden, Obama, Jimmy Carter, all the presidencies that we grew up on. Do anybody remember a time where they talked about voter fraudulent? They talked about a lot of gerrymandering. Nothing. Have you noticed when this guy got in office, that's when all this stuff starts surfacing, man, because he's really speaking from within himself. My mom used to always say when a person call you a certain thing, normally it's them. It's who they are. Oh, that person is cheating. You cheating on me? No, I'm not. You do some research, that person is the one 9 out of 10 times is cheating on you. But they say you. My mom's always told me that. So that's where all of that come from. So no, nobody. Obama, he didn't go back and study Bush. Bush didn't go back and study his dad and all this kind of stuff, man. They just, when they got the ball in their hand, they took it from there. They said, okay, well, we'll just pick up from here. That's Trump, man. And Trump, we already know Obama and Biden lives rent-free in his head, man. So until he get past that, everything that he talk about is going to be to undo everything they done. Because it's like he go down the line and say, what did Obama do? Well, he did this. I want that out. What else did he do? I want that out. What did Biden do? I want that out. He the only one. It's something about those two people he hate. And you can't, he acting off emotions. You can't run the country off emotions. You can't. And that's what he's doing. He's so angry with them that he's not making conscious decisions.
He hate Hillary too. He hate Hillary too. So
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he does.
So it's more about influence. He has a lot of influence. Everyone that you mentioned, even with all the presidents, a lot of them have influence on the people that they conversate with, that they're around. And that's a lot of times why they end up getting voted in by their peers, because they haven't felt like those of us, like us regular people, have the popular vote for the right one to say that this is the right one that we feel should be president. When it comes down to saying that type of person that Trump is, and whether he's a person that comes from racism like they have, and most of the United States is, that whole thing with hatred and wanting to make sure that we fight amongst ourselves. That's the part that he likes to use. So that way it's never about, him actually doing what he said he's going to do. I need you to fight amongst yourselves because I said this. So when I'm actually doing something, you don't really pay attention to it until it's after it's done. I'm going to go ahead and throw a bone out there for you so that way you'll think that I'm going to do these things. And some of it is a very small piece of what he does. But he's not actually doing too much, because a lot of it is us fighting amongst ourselves. And when they see that and they show it like that, then you'll think that, okay, this is the type of person that we want to have in office for those that are making sure that he stays in office, because he can make sure that when he comes down to money and business, he'll give you enough money to go ahead and say, okay, I'll sit back, I'll stay calm, I won't do that no more, because he's going to give you money. Those stimulus checks that came out twice, 3 times, when it comes down to saying that overtime that he said he was going to end up doing, and we was doing all that work and end up getting a part of the overtime to get that back, to actually say, okay, he won't tax that. A lot of it is just being able to say, all right, I don't have to give them too much. I just need this country to back me. I need this country to back me to make sure that I get the revenue in so we can share it amongst ourselves. We don't have to give them too much. Just give them enough so that way they'll be happy to stay where they are. And if they feel like they're going to come up kind of like with the 6th thing happening, if they're going to come up like that, go ahead and give them something so that way they back down. Because as you see, again, they're not going to come after their own. If it's us, they're going to do what they need to do to make sure we stay down. If it's anything with immigrants, anything that's other than themselves, they're going to make sure it stays down. And that's one of the ways that they're making sure it does it, is by not giving enough of the funding to be able to spread it amongst enough of us to be able to do something about it. And that's part of the hatred and the things that they do, so that way it makes sure that the government stays on top of its people.
Okay. So, first off, let me say this. If you want to join into the conversation, you can always give us a call at 470-689-3832. That's 470-689-3832, and you should see the number on the bottom of the screen as well. Now, you talked about trust. So why is public trust collapsing? Well, part of it has to do with, the Democrats say part of it has to do with accountability is being reframed as persecution, and Republicans say agencies were weaponized. So, who do you trust more? The media, the courts, the government, or the political leaders? Who do you trust more?
Man, you see, that's a tough one because, actually speaking, I don't trust neither one of them.
Right.
Yeah, so that's short and sweet. I don't trust neither one.
And okay. If I have to pick one of them,
Okay. Who would you pick?
Dang. Damn, I want to say something.
There you
but
go.
it's like,
See,
I don't trust none of them because they, like I said, they're just gonna give you enough to be like, all right, trust me, and then do you wrong with the trust that you just gave them.
Yeah.
Do I have to pick one? I don't.
You don't have to pick one.
Right.
I'm just saying, look, if you don't trust either one of them,
Right.
that's fine. That's fine.
Right, I don't know, man.
Do you believe January 6th defenders are political prisoners?
okay. My take on that, I would say yes. Here's why I would say yes, because of the foolishness that Trump and the MAGA supremacists has indoctrinated into them, so that makes them political prisoners in that term. When they are inflicted with that type of information and that type of belief, then they're going to crash out and do whatever. So yeah, like how they say us as black people, we still enslaved mentally. So I would look at political prisoners as they indoctrinated mentally. So that's what's making them crash out like that. So yeah, I would call them, falsely, political prisoners of what's being spewed out there. Yeah.
I think they're just kind of like examples. I wouldn't think that they're necessary prisoners because I think they're just throwing them out there. Be like, all right, bet I'm gonna throw you in prison. I'm not gonna really throw you in prison. Just get on camera so I can show you're gonna be in prison. But you're not gonna really be in prison. They're not gonna really go to jail. They're gonna be there for what maybe a day. It'll be on paper, and they're gonna be out. So I don't really think they're gonna really do them like they would do us. That's why I'm saying it like that because they're not really doing nothing to them. They're gonna still be able to go back to their job, probably make more money than what they made before because they stood for a purpose or stood for something that they said we're gonna stand for. So I don't really think they went to jail for did any of that.
Okay, but see, what I'm saying is, I see what you're saying. I'm not talking about literally. When you say political prison, when I think of prison, I think of contained in some form or fashion. When you say political, of course, it's dealing with politics. So what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about literally in prison. I'm talking about a prisoner here. I'm saying as Trump is telling them this, that, and the third, it has enslaved their mind. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, just literally locking them up. But I think mentally, they are prisoners to this administration that makes them do what they do and crash out. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. I understand that. So just answer this question. Yes, no, or a case-by-case basis. Should January 6th defendants ever receive money from a government-related compensation fund?
No.
Oh, wow. y'all said that simultaneously. Y'all were in sync.
Hey, we was in sync.
Right.
Okay, all right then. Right. So I believe for me, I believe that no, they should not receive any type of funding as well. Now, whether you see this fund as, and this is for anyone, whether you see the fund as justice or just political favoritism, America isn't just fighting over policy. You're basically fighting over who gets to define truth, who gets to define who is a victim, and who gets to define what accountability really is. Now, I advise people to do this because just like when they came out with the Project 2025, I advise people to go research that, and the research the anti-weaponization fund, because one of the main things that it talks about, you will not be able to find out who received any of the money.
Of course. See? Of course. See?
That alone tells me two things. One, we could do whatever we want to do with the money,
Yeah.
and you'll never know.
You'll never know.
Two, we'll just give it to the president.
Right.
Back to him, right?
Give it right back to him. And none of those people who supposed to be victims will ever see any
Will
of
ever
that
see
money.
it.
They can sign up for it or whatever the case may be, but they'll never see none of it. So that's my take on that. And that's it for our first segment. And just to give everybody a heads up, our next segment, we're going to be talking about Jeff Bezos and his rocket explosion when billions blow up. But right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, go pay some of these bills. And also, if you want to donate to the show, you can donate at Cash App, $TV1061. That's $TV1061. We'll see you back in a minute.
It stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
All right, welcome back to the second half of our show, a Talk Show Kings. Again, you can join in on this conversation by giving us a call at 470-689-3832. And also, if you'd like to donate, go ahead and donate at Cash App, $TV1061. All right, our next topic for the day. Jeff Bezos' rocket explosion when billions blow up. So while Washington was fighting over billions of dollars, another billionaire watched billions of dollars go up in flames. So Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin suffered a major setback when its massive New Glenn rocket exploded during a hot fire test in Florida, which created a massive fireball visible for miles. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jeff Bezos, and that was his answer to the dominance of Elon Musk's SpaceX. And basically during the testing in Florida, the rocket exploded, it destroyed it, and it caused significant damage to the launch complex. Now, no injuries, thank God, were reported. Now, with that being said, Bezos, again, is like I said, he's going against Elon Musk and SpaceX. Do you think that Elon Musk has already won?
I don't think he's already won. I do feel he's put a bar high enough for those that have the money to reach for. I think that he's trying to do one of the things that Bezos is been wanting to do, and I think that's one of their type of inside conversation to say, oh, I can do it first, just as much as the countries were in the 70s and the 60s when they had to race for space. I think that's something that they're trying to do amongst the rich. So something like that, I think they got insurance on it, and he gonna get some of that money back. But to say he wants to be in competition, or they already feel they're in competition with each other, I definitely think so.
Okay, well, let's look at this. Elon Musk has Starlink, Falcon 9, Starship, and he also has NASA contracts, government contracts. Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, New Glenn, Lunar Ambitions, and Amazon satellite plans. Can Blue Origin realistically catch SpaceX?
Now, see, that I'm not sure. What I see now, I just see two wealthy, because you can't call them rich. They wealthy. They beyond rich. I see two wealthy white men having a measuring contest, if you know what I mean. That's exactly what they're doing. They just having an anatomy measuring contest with each other. They don't have nothing else to do. You know, how about Bezos, Elon, how about y'all say, well, look, you know what? We can't possibly take this with us, you know. Let's try to do something like this for the world. Let's try to put some type of fund or put something together for the world. We got a lot of homeless people. But no, like again, man, that's what they want to do. They don't have nothing else to do but to measure. So they just gonna keep going back and forth. It's really pointless. It really is. I don't get it. Then maybe because I'm not wealthy, but I don't get it.
Man, honestly, again, for me, I feel that it's one of those things where they're trying to have the ability to be able to make it to space. That's not going to be the way that you're going to be able to make it, but I don't want to touch on that subject too much because I don't think that a lot of them are ready for any other life on this planet or plane than what's already here and as they are visibly seen to be here. So as long as they see just humans, I don't think they're ready for any other species of life that's written on Egyptian walls or that's been put out there to say that's already here or been here before to show itself as it is. That's why I think and I feel that when it comes down to sitting here saying that the race for space that they're having amongst each other, it is just to show that I can do better than you can when it comes down to building my rockets because I got the people that I got. I can do better than what you can because I have the people I have. So I don't need the government. Let me show you what I can do without the government. And this one has, like you mentioned, the government funding. Oh, I can do it like this. Look how much better mine is doing. Mine isn't blowing up. And we can put it on TV so y'all can see how it does. So that's how I think they're doing it.
So do you feel like Bezos will never catch up to Musk?
He gonna have a hard time. He gonna have a hard time.
Well, I mean, you know, no matter what because I agree with your point, they need to do something for the world. I can agree with that. But again, it's about the dominance. Who can do something first?
Right.
At the end of the day, it's about who gonna do it first. And I know I asked the question, do you think, in which King Bernard just sidestepped it, you know? He don't want to answer the question. But he don't care who wins.
Yeah. Pretty much, there it is, yeah.
He don't care who wins. He's not wealthy.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Outside of him.
Yeah, there you go.
And
there you go, you did it.
I get it. Well, you know, they talking about this, his rocket blowing up. Well, you know, there's a lot of failures when you're trying to do stuff like that. And I mean, think about it. NASA experienced disasters. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I know when I was in high school. I'm sorry, not high school. I was in elementary school watching Challenger blow up.
Mm-hmm.
We were sitting there watching it on stream live, and it just blew up. And we were like, wow. But it was. So, I mean, NASA had disasters. SpaceX has exploded rockets repeatedly. Elon Musk has even said, and it's resurfaced since it said, this statement resurfaced immediately after Jeff Bezos' rocket blew up. He said, rockets are hard. That was his statement. Rockets are hard. Now, does the public understand how difficult it is to do space flight?
To a certain degree, yes. Mm-hmm. We as the people do understand how hard it can be to be able to navigate getting from off the surface to into space and at least be able to get to another planet, just to say, you know, anything that's out there. So just being able to understand propulsion, what can you use, how much weight it can hold to be able to push, and how much push do you need once you get to a certain altitude. You know, you have to know about the layers of the atmosphere when it comes down to something like that, and knowing what it will be when it comes down to once you get past the dome or get past the point where.
I'm glad you said that. I've been holding that in, but go ahead.
And you ain't got to. That's why I'm sitting here saying it, because it's like once you get past the dome, if then it's considered, you can't necessarily go that way to sit here and be like.
Tim, you ain't right, man. I've been sitting here. I'm saying, man, should you launch what? Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Why not? I bet. When it comes down to making sure that you get past that point, if you do get past the dome and you end up getting past the part where you're saying where the moon is, if you're going to go that far, if you're going to be able to land on the moon and to be able to make sure that how much propulsion you get to get back and how much you'll be able to make sure that you have on reserve, because you make sure you have how much food you'll be able to have if something happens, because we had these last astronauts that were stuck in space when they had out there for almost a year, 6 months, 9 months, 7 months, to sit there and say that you're going to be ready and you know what to do if something bad happens. I don't think it comes down to being to understand that there's a lot that comes with knowing what could happen if you're going to go build a rocket, and how you're going to be able to be in space and do that stuff and actually being the people that we know that. So, yeah, we know.
Now, we've already identified that this is just an expensive ego competition.
Yes.
That's basically what we're doing, what we're looking at. Now, there's a lot of supporters who say that it's very innovative, it's creating jobs, and it's for scientific advancement. Whereas the critics say it's just a waste of extreme wealth that they're wasting on their vanity projects and trying to beef up their public relations campaigns. And most of that I tend to agree with, because think about how they could be helping humanity, because the next question would be, well, I mean, you've already stated it. I mean, they're not doing anything to advance the human race with it. They're advancing it's for their own ego. Mm-hmm. That's it. It's so bad. This incident happened, and it's so bad to where it's interrupting. It's going to interrupt NASA's plans that they have coming up. It may have a significant impact on their plans that they have coming up. This is the federal government, NASA, part of the federal government now. You're messing up their plans because you want to have your project. Now, are you donating to NASA? Are you going to be paying to rebuild that launch pad? I mean, what? You have gotten beyond the point of owning the biggest private jet to now I got to have the biggest spaceship to go out of space in. Right. This is like worse than the guy that was going down there to do the Titanic.
Oh, yeah, the little submarine joint. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Look, man, this is how I look at it. If you want to go down in history, if you want to be world renowned, like from generation to generation, do something no one ever done. Take your wealth and give it away. You don't have to give all of it. Give it away. Nobody never done that. I promise you, you could call it reparations. You don't have to just give it to black people. You can just give it to homeless people, or you can say, you know what? I got so much money. I can't take it with my family, even in their lifespan. But this is what I want to do. I want to do something for humanity. No one has ever done that. That will you will be on Mount Rushmore, but nobody would take that leap and do that. They would rather take that same amount of money and do rockets and have ground testing, which is good, because if you ground test it and it malfunctions, it's better for it to do it on the ground than for it to be in the air. But that same money, now just think about it. That's literally money has went up in flames. Just imagine what you could have did with that to somebody who's homeless. But again, they don't think on that type of level. And until they start having more for humanity and having a soul, I think we'll be in a better place, man. But until the end, they just gonna keep going back and forth. Well, I can get this yacht. And I noticed that too. They always, when someone get a yacht, they go get one. Mine is such and such foot. I don't know what it is with this testosterone European way of thinking, but yeah, that's my take on it, man. You want to go down in history, give it away.
No, Red Hot Chili Peppers got a song, and in that song they say, "Give it away, give it away, give it away now."
I know
it just came to mind when you said that.
Yeah, I know it.
But I can't sing, so don't ask me to come sing at your birthday party. None of your weddings, because it's not happening. Just so you know. Now, again, it may potentially, the explosion could cause delays in future missions and impact plans connected to NASA's lunar program. Do you feel like America is becoming too dependent on SpaceX?
I don't think they're depending on it,
right?
But what they would like to do is have something that will be able to take the place for the future, because they are looking at future aspects on how to do and what they're going to do. But you just need to have something in place to show that it can do it. Here's something and it can do it. Look, we proved to you and showed it to you that it can do and it will be able to do. This is why we're using this one. Look at the other failures that didn't make it, so we're not going to use those. This is what we want to do, and that's what they're going to show and teach for those that are coming up, that's interns or coming up in school, to say this is why we're going with this. So I feel it's more to have something in place to make sure that whatever that they want to do is going to be done.
I agree. I agree with King Clem. I agree.
Well, what happens if there's only one dominant launch provider? Because it was one before. It was just NASA.
That's right.
So what happens if it just goes back to just being one?
We'll still be okay. If it was one step before, then okay, we'll still be okay.
I mean, honestly, like countries like Japan, China, they're able to build things in a day, 2 days, give it a week, and they can have a whole street that was messed up good. Even a point to have it where they have a whole workaround to be able to make sure you don't miss out as a people. So if there's so many of those people that are from Japan and are from China and that are here in America because they like to come here and be able to expand themselves and then go back to their country or give back to their country or be here in this country and be proud of their country, they can always give the help that America would need to be able to say, all right, we're going to be able to do this. We're going to be able to be the NASA. We're going to be able to do that. Because if Elon Musk, just like you mentioned, if Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos come together and be like, okay, we're NASA, and be able to say, all right, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, and they do it the right way, and that's going to be something that's going to actually help with being able to say how much they like how they put in these cars and put in their businesses and things like that, then it'll work. But if it's going to just be as one, and they're only going to, if you can't come together and be able to work together to make the one happen, then you might as well just start reaching out to those that are just like us and that have the smarts and the mind to be able to do that what two people couldn't do.
Look, let's ask this. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, do you think what they're doing is contributing anything that's going to help humanity? Is it going to take us to the next, the next phase, the next generation? Or does it seem more like they just got an ego thing going against each other? Because like King Clem, he brought up Japan and China. Have you noticed whenever they come up with anything, it's always the better for their culture. It always the better for their people. Do Bezos and Musk have that mentality? Is they trying to do anything to better our country?
And that's the question, because from my understanding, they're trying to get everybody to go to the moon, and they're charging thousands of dollars just to fly people to the moon or fly people to outer space, period. So do you want to look at that? Do you look at that as helping humanity, helping them to be able to go see what they wouldn't be able to see because unless you are NASA, unless you're an astronaut?
Give me a telescope. I'm okay with that. A high-powered telescope, and yeah, I went to the moon. I'm fine with that. What they're doing is still not contributing to anything that's going to take us from one century to the next. I just don't see how it's going to help us, man. I just don't. I just still see one in this corner, one in that corner, and Don King in the middle saying, okay, this person such and such and this person that. That's all I see, a competition. I don't see anything that's going to better Americans. I just don't.
Only thing I saw was like the robot, that Tesla robot or whatever. I think that would be something that might help out when it comes down to if you're going to be out there, go in space or do things, that would be something that might be able to help us. But they have to master it here before they can bring it up there or bring it anywhere outside of outside of the earthly plane to say it's going to work, because in a sense of a battery or how it's charged, how it's going to be able to work for you in zero gravity, or how it's going to be able to work for you on a planet that it can't survive on or it can't function on, because it has to have some type of connection to the earth. However that's going to work, I think that would be a way that's going to help us here if they can get it mastered here first. But to be able to take it to another planet, take it to the moon, take it to outer space, things like that, how about you get it mastered here first? Because they still talk about how Tesla's like the best automobile and everything, but when it comes down to, if there are faults to it, then don't try to hide it so that way you can show like that's the better thing. Because if you have Jeff Bezos, he has his own type of car and he comes up with his own, he's going to do everything he can to make sure that it shows that his car is better. But if you have somebody from Africa that has one that runs on solar power, then don't try to take away from that, because it can also help you with yours. So when it comes down to doing for the betterment of all of us,
Work together.
Thank you. That's where I'm going
Work
with
together.
it. For real.
I get it. I understand. So, with that, I got one more question for you, King Bernard. You tried to dodge it earlier, but I'm coming back to
Here you
you.
go.
You thought I was going to forget?
Here
No,
you go.
sir. No, sir. No, sir. Who's winning? Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk?
I'm trying to look at both of their contributions, which is zero. Okay. All right, I'll do this. I'll give you something. Okay, I'll look at it like this. Okay.
He's just in the space thing now. Who's winning?
Oh!
This just in the space.
In the space thing, because I was finna go to Amazon and how.
No, we was just talking about the space. Because I knew that you was getting ready to go.
I was finna say Bezos,
but I wanted to make sure we stayed on track with the space.
Nah, I think if we're gonna just solely stick to space, then I think Musk. Yeah, Bezos. He can't touch Musk if we're gonna stick to space. Yeah.
Okay. Now, one last question for both of you. Who wins the space race over the next 10 years? Bezos, Musk, China, or government agencies?
China.
America likes talking about America. So, America. Being an American, I understand about these other countries and the rest of the world, and having the opportunity to travel the world and see these things. I really think China has a good possibility of being able to do it. And the way that they're working with Africa, and their way they're trying to work around things and trying to make the yuan the on top of the dollar and be the #1 currency, they're heading in the right direction now. And now that they're trying to come from up under Americans' thumb, then yeah, it's gonna be China.
I want to say China and government agencies are going to win.
Tell us why you say government agency. We already know about China.
Government agencies, because they're going to do what they always do.
Oh yeah, they
They're going to take the information and use it for themselves.
Right.
Okay. I didn't look at it that way.
Sure do.
That's why they're going to be winners too. So all the information that Bezos have, all the information that Musk have, all the intelligence that they get from China, they'll be able to use it as well. So China's going to win in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
But government agencies are going to be right there with them winning too, because
Right.
they're going to have all that information.
That makes sense. Yeah. Especially if you're going according to government agencies' history. Yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah. Definitely.
Yes, sir. So, it's been nice topics today.
Oh yeah.
And we want to leave y'all with any final words. King Clem?
Hey, yo, every time. Good looking out for paying attention. Thank you for giving us your views. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to come talk to y'all, relate our mental with y'all. I'm glad y'all, hey, if you calling, you calling. If you don't trip. I'm glad y'all are out here, man. For real, good looking out.
Hey, same thing King Clem said, but I want to put this out here. We're going to go back to the first topic. We're going to talk about the parties. I want people to understand it's 4 parties. Please understand that. You got Republican, Democrat, Independent, and MAGA. Stop putting MAGA with Republicans, because there have been Republicans in office that has not done anything that MAGA's doing. So people, please understand, it's 4 parties. So just because you're running for Republican, you're really running for MAGA. That's who you're running for. You should have just went independent and said, we'll wait until Republicans get a better candidate. But when you say, well, I'm going to vote Republican, Trump is not Republican. Trump is MAGA. That's what I want y'all to understand and know. It's 4 out there.
All right. Well, just to give everybody my final words, tonight's episode basically was about power. You got power in the White House, and then you got power upon billionaires that's fighting each other, going to war with each other, trying to see who could get the technological advancement. So one battling basically lawsuits, and then you got the other one battling gravity. So, but both stories all boil down to one thing, just power. That's it. And again, we're glad you tuned in. We'll see you next time on Talk Show Kings.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.